Oh my, oh my. I was wanting to start this week's videos out, watching giant deer antler grows, the deer Twin Eagle Ranch, whatever you want to call these videos. We watch these deer antlers get really big during the spring and summer. They got velvet on them now, and they're just huge, and they're growing bigger every day. And I wanted to start out in that other pen because we got 10 baby deer in that other pen, and they're just beautiful. And I wanted to share that with y'all. And we also got some really big antlers in the other pens, the large pens. The one's not here at the house, but the one's up the road a ways. And but I look out here this morning and I see 3 giant bucks. We know these guys, TC and Fat Boy, and we know these guys. 3 giant bucks just peacefully laying out around the driveway. And I've got a lot of trees in between me and that area. There might even be another one or two laying out there that is behind the trees and just can't see. I don't really know. I can't see anything else just looking around out there. But what a welcoming sight, and how beautiful is that right there? How beautiful is that right there? Peaceful, wild deer enjoying a summer morning that's going to be another 100-degree day here in Oklahoma. But each one of these brings us closer to September. And September is not fall, but it sort of begins to start having some of those little cold fronts come in from the north, from Canada, that kind of cool the nights off, cool the days off a little bit. A little rain and thunderstorms. It's rained 2.4 inches here at the ranch this month, but it all happened the first 3 days. Just like July, it rained an inch the first 3 or 4 days of July. An inch total. Not an inch a day, an inch total. Never rained a drop the rest of the month, and then we get to the 1st of August, and it rained 2.4 inches there in a couple of different rains, 2 different rains, nice rains. Nothing since, but we do have some forecasts. We should get more rain in August. We really should. What a great day. Great way to start another great day. Should write a song about that. The Texas Hunter feeder has gone off, filled with South Fresh deer food from Alabama. And you can see that our little batch of big bucks, BBB, batch of big bucks. Our little batch of bucks have been joined by several other deer, mostly bucks, obviously. I don't know how many bucks are out there right now, but at least 5, I think, maybe 6. They've been joined by some does as well. Not many does, mostly big boys out there with giant antlers. There's a little smaller buck there. Another little smaller buck back behind. So there's about 4 or 5 bucks right there in that little picture. And 1 or 2 over here. So there's a pretty good little wad of deer right there this morning. And they're been invited in by the batch of bucks bunch to have breakfast with them. There's at least 3, 4 bucks right there. There's 5 or 6 bucks out there anyway. But anyway, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Old-fashioned burn barrels. We have 2 of them. The doe says, all right, it's getting a little too crowded up here. I think I'll just go eat some of this nice green grass. Yes, she looks like she could steal dominoes. She's so fat. The deer are extremely healthy. We have a lot of food plots planted. And we have humus soil on those food plots, and they're just doing fantastic. We've hayed once already. Going to hay again probably before the year's out. So the rain, God has blessed us with rain. And sustainable green teams providing humus soil to put on that soil, restoring the soil. Restoring the soil. That's what we're doing. And so everything is good on the outside to make everything good on the inside of the deer and all the other wild game that's around. Manage your soil, manage your property, and it'll pay you back huge dividends. Put a big smile on your face. Apache, I think you have TC and Fat Boy spoiled again. What do you think? They're your babies. Well, there was another one out here with him earlier. He's not too far out here. There was another one out here. Hey, TC. He's a little nervous of me, isn't he? He was coming on up here with you, but he's walking away with... I walked up here. Look at that buck, will you? That is fat. Yeah, that's Fat Boy with him. Fat Boy says, I'm going to come up here and eat, TC. You can be a little shy if you want. He's got about the same antlers every year. They may be a little bit bigger around, but they've just been about the same about every time, hadn't he? He's a little nervous with me this close as well. We're awful close to these two deer. Fat Boy's walked away a little bit. Some more coming? Oh yeah. Another buck? Yeah, bigger one too. Yes, he is a big one. I can't find him. There he is. Yes, he is a big one. Keep hoping Mr. Forrest will walk up here one day. Now see that other buck's coming. No, look at TC. TC's decided, I'm going to go back up there if that other buck's going to come. I'll let my buddy Fat Boy go ahead and eat some, but Fat Boy says, uh-oh, what's happening here? Where is he? There he is. He's a little nervous with me this close too. That's about a 10 or 11 point right there. But that is definitely not Forrest. We would recognize Forrest for sure. Forrest would be probably a little bit more wild as well, but you know, TC's and Fat Boy are both tamed down, and since they started showing back up quite a bit. You know, they're wanting that food. He's a little nervous with me, and I'm talking loud and everything, but we know these guys. That other deer, he's really reluctant to come on up here. He's got a big giant rack on him as well. Looks like might be going to have split brow tines there. He's got a big old bunch of antlers up there on his head for sure. Very, very beautiful. He's wanting some of that South Fresh deer food, isn't he? Yeah. Get me some of that South Fresh. Fat Boy and look at that pile that Apache threw out there for him. Look at all those nobbins sticking out of Fat Boy's head. He's got 6 points right there before he gets to his brow tines. 6 points just on his head before you get to his brow tines, and they're split. So he's got about 8 points there before you ever get to the horns, where you get off his scalp. And Fat Boy, he's just about 8 point year after year after year. They just get a little bit bigger around is all. And this boy up here is actually probably younger than either one of those deer, without a doubt. See how skinny his neck is? He's a big deer. He's got a big body on him, very, very healthy. Let's see how skinny his neck is and compared with these other two deer. Not nearly as tall. Well, he might be as tall as Fat Boy, because Fat Boy's a short boy. Short and fat, that's what Fat Boy is. But that deer is a really, really beautiful, beautiful buck. Probably only his third set of horns, I'm guessing, just by looking at him. Maybe could be his four. He's got a little bit of a sway in his back, not much. They don't always have a sway in their back as they get older, though. TC's got a little bit, but not much. And Fat Boy just doesn't hardly have any at all. But look at the size of those necks. Those necks are really, really large in comparison with that boy out there. That gives you a big difference in the age right there. The neck sort of seems to just disappear as they get older. But those are beauties right there. That guy wants to come up here with Apache and I standing here. He's a little nervous, isn't he, Apache? The Fat Boy, he's going to get real brave, go out there and try to run him off. By golly, he did run him off, didn't he? Didn't run him off, but he says, I don't want any part of Fat Boy. That's just age is cause of that. And Fat Boy's got him by weight also. He's older, and he's bigger, and he's going to come back up here and eat. He just wanted to run him off. And he's obviously more experienced. And you ladies remember that. The old experienced men are the best. Y'all remember that, girls. Remember that. Sunday morning crowd, Apache. Your Sunday morning buddies right there. Those antlers are really getting big, aren't they? Yes, sir. The little ones quit coming around, and big ones run them off.
Yeah, the little one, I don't see them anymore. The baby one?
Yeah. Yeah, those are all pretty good sized racks on those. I got one small one there. That's his first horns. Definitely. 4 big old bucks there, though. Even that one of his first horns, that's pretty good sized antlers.
Yeah.
Well, TC and Fat Boy rule the roost, though, don't they?
What?
TC and Fat Boy rule the roost.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They definitely get whatever they want. Don't worry about anybody pushing them out of the food trough. For sure. Well, honey, Apache washed your truck off this morning. Washed your vehicle off. What do you think about that?
That'd be fine.
You think it's good? I think it's good. Look at all the deer. There's one little bitty buck got his first antlers there. Look at him. That's Walcha. Not that one. TC. Look at TC. That little bitty buck there. That's Walchaw's baby from last year. Walchaw's probably right there amongst them. Hard to see through the. Look at that little TC. How big he is. Yeah, that's Wild. Look at Walchaw's. That's her first horns there, Jordan. First antlers. They're always here to tell you bye, aren't they, baby?
Bye.
Well, let's hit the road. Is that beautiful or what? I know. Jimmy, we've been seeing those every day. Every day's a new day, and every day when I see them, I'm thrilled about it. One of the reasons I'm thrilled about it is I know they've lived another day, just like all the rest of us that are watching this right now. We've lived another day. We need to be thankful for that. I'm thankful that they've lived another day. I don't know that animals know about God. I don't know if animals pray. But I tell you what, I bet you animals somehow are aware of their special existence in this world and what they mean to all of us. And you see there's 3 incredible, beautiful bucks out there. Squirrel right in the middle of them. Look at that squirrel right there in the middle. He's not too worried. And one big old doe out there, big old fat doe. Looks like she still could have babies. Surely not. May have a baby hid out somewhere. I don't know. We're just not seeing a lot of babies. Didn't have as many babies on the inside this year, and we only had 14 and we kept 12 of them alive, so we've had an extremely high rate, 14 in a while. Probably wouldn't have had 6 or 7 live, 8 at the most probably. And we have a lot of babies running around the ranch, but not near like normal. I don't know what the deal is, something. So it wasn't just the deer that's in the pens. But those 3 big, beautiful bucks out there, Apache's here taking care of the deer in the pen, and so that's what they're waiting on. That's why they're walking over toward that prayer circle. They're walking over toward where Apache is. They love Apache, no doubt about that. And he's going to walk over there and take the take the lid off of the Texas Hunter feeder. Get some of that South Fresh deer food out of Alabama. And look at the deer. They're going back over there. They were all going out. They were on the prayer circle. Now they headed right back over there. Okay, guys. Here's our friend. Look at that TC, will you? That's a big, wide set of antlers. They've never been exactly right on that side. The guy sort of was a cull buck that he sold me, and I paid quite a bit for, so I really didn't necessarily get the best end of that deal, but that's okay. If he'd had the same on both sides, he probably would have kept him himself and not pawned him off on me, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. He's lived a long, long time. He's so big and so huge, and he's got some beautiful babies out there, and some of those babies are really probably got pretty good antlers. Some of them are not, but we don't have to have perfect. We're not like the breeder that sold him to me, who's doing that for a living, doing it for money. So get rid of ones that are not absolutely the best and get them off to somebody else and keep the very best ones for yourself. That's what they do, and nothing wrong with that. If you can find somebody that'll buy them, and he did. But that's a beautiful buck. I still think he's beautiful. None of us are perfect, so I don't know why we have to have perfect deer either. But some of those deer just are absolutely gorgeous out there. More deer coming in. There'll be some more come in there. They hear Apache rattling around there. That's a deer call. Definitely a deer call. And that's a great way to start another day. Beautiful out there this morning. Yes, so's our clouds. Not many clouds around, but we have clouds. And we have some beautiful bucks in the yard out there this morning, right after daylight. Beauties right there. They're feeding in that stuff on the edge of the lake. Big bucks. Lots of antlers there. That's another one right there, I believe. Yep, I see antlers. 3 big bucks down there. Maybe another one or two scattered down through there, I don't know. That is pretty nice looking right there, for sure. Came a little rain last night. Doesn't look like very much. Hard to say. I can go out there and check it, but I don't think that it rained much. I don't think it's going to come up there anywhere close to that inch mark. I can't see any, probably like a 1/10, 2/10, I don't know. But it's very appreciated, very much appreciated. Isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous right there. Dead calm out there this morning. What a morning it would be to be out there chasing the old largemouth bass. Man, that would be nice. Wow, that would be nice. Water temperature up about 90 degrees. Might get a little warmer before it gets cooler, but that's just around the corner as well. Golly, that's pretty. That is absolutely beautiful. Big, tall rack. Not wide, but tall. That one's a little pretty tall too, but it's a little wider. And that one's even wider and bigger. That's TC right there. TC. Well, they're eating that stuff and loving it. Yes, they are. Lots of animals on this side of the house as well. Deer in the prayer circle. Got a mama and a baby right there. Look at the size of that baby. That baby's big. That baby's a big one. Just one, I think it's red tag. Another buck right there. A young buck, but a nice one. I think it's red tag's baby from last year. Wild turkey out there as well. More deer over there. Deer everywhere. Deer, turkey. What a way to welcome a day. Man, oh man, oh man. Spectacular. We take another little look out at a little different angle, a different spot. And that's a big, beautiful buck out there, and a doe. That's not 2 bucks out there. The bucks are running together now, but that's a big, beautiful buck with a doe. Could be his mother, yes, could be. Who knows? A turkey hen. The prayer circle. Nice, beautiful little young buck. Perhaps his mama. I think that could be red tag from We have 2 red tags. But I don't think that deer, I looked at it a minute ago, I don't believe it had a tag in its ear. And then red tag is still over in that area with her baby. Her baby is big. Already lost some of its spots. Still has spots, but just large. It's no nubbins on it at all. Might be a little bit hard to tell right now, but it's because it's still really young. But I think I could tell. But there's no youngins on that, no nubbins on that baby. But look how tall that baby is. And of course, the tallest deer around is TC. That doesn't mean that that's TC's baby, but it's possible. Long-legged, so it sure could be. And the mama, we threw some more ryegrass out the other day. We had this little rain. Of course, we're watering here in the yard also out of the lake, sprinkler system. So it gets a little rain 2 times a day anyway, every morning and every night. So the grass looks really good out there. And I guess that's 7. If I'm seeing them all out there, might be a couple more back behind the trees. But that's a beautiful, beautiful little bunch of deer here this morning. 3 nice bucks on the other side, 2 bucks and a baby, and 4 does over here. I think I have to total all that up. I think there's 10. 10, not a bad morning. It's very definitely a zoo out there this morning. Beautiful, calm July morning. Going to get really hot again today. July, what am I talking about? August morning. August half gone. More than that. And the little baby was out there checking out my Ram truck. He's going to come back over here by his mama. Little babies like to get a little further away. His mama's going to go over and check on him. And I think that's probably her 2 babies from last year. That's red tag, and that's her 2 babies from last year that like to hang around Mom. We love you, Mom. The little baby coming back is getting all the attention. That's just the way it works. It works that way with adults as well, humans. And a couple beautiful does in the prayer circle. Look off out there and we see 2 beautiful big giant bucks laying around. That'd be TC and Fat Boy probably. I know that's TC there. The other one I can't see very well, but I'm suspecting that that's Fat Boy because they have been hanging around together a lot. The little baby and her mama was out in the front yard this morning. That was a beautiful sight. I watched them for quite a while out there this morning. Little baby just eating away. And now red tag, that's red tag's family right there. That's a beautiful picture right there. That's red tag's family. She's got a boy and girl from last year and a baby from this year. So look at that. We love our mama. We sure do. We love mamas. Mother's Day is every day, as far as I'm concerned. Whether it's a deer, whether it's humans, mamas are what makes the world go round. Her 2 babies from last year grown into adult deer, and her baby from this year. Said, I like my big brothers and my big sisters. There was little babies probably learning from them as well, but you notice he's not going to go too far away from his mama. And the feeder just went off. Look what happened when the feeder went off. Oh, there's another big buck. Oh, that's Fat Boy. Another big buck that was laying off out there. Oh, here comes a turkey running. Look at this. Look at that. What a turkey call. No. Texas Hunter Feed Stand's a turkey call for that turkey. She come a-running out, didn't she? And look at the bunch of deer that's there. Look at that bunch of deer. The feeder goes off. Everybody bellies up to the bar.